All right, we are back and we are going to do steps 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Those are the shocks. Step 31, we put the shocks on the chassis. 32 is the front bumper. And then we start to put in the servo and the ESC. And that'll take us to step 33. And then 34, the spur gear and the cover. Step 35, we'll do that too. That's the motor installation. All right, so we'll do those steps. And then the next stuff is the tires, and we'll just do a separate quick video on that. All right, going into this front bumper. So you guys know the thing that I've been kind of worrisome about, again, was in here. Whoops. Okay, but clearly everything's lined up. So that's going to be, those are lined up. And if you look into that, which you can't really see, these holes are absolutely 100% lined up. So that is how that is supposed to look. All right, guys, so I am going to change my mind. I'm not going to run that bumper guard. I'm going to actually run the bumper. So we're going to swap out that for that. All right, guys, so after we put the bumper on, looks like we get to put the ESC and the receiver in. So like I said earlier, I would go over what I chose for the electronics for this car. So I think this is a good spot to go ahead and show you what we got going on. All right, so for the ESC, I did this Hobby Wing brushless ESC, and 120 amp. And this is what the boys at RC Mart recommended for the ESC. So this is what we're going to drop in. A little quick unboxing. All right, so you see some of the components of the ESC. We have a little work to do here on the soldering gun, so we'll go ahead and take care of that. All right, so let's talk about the motor that I chose. This is the Hackmoto Mobster from Yeah Racing. It's a brushless sensored motor. Let's open it up. I already cracked the seal earlier because I had to look at something. But the packaging is pretty cool. By Yeah Racing. Pretty slick little motor. And then there's the little sensor cable. And the radio that I decided to use is just this little cheapie from Fly Sky. It's a little 2-channel pistol grip radio. I have like 4 of these and they work really well, so that's what's going to go into this thing. Here it is out of the box, and it's actually a 3-channel radio. We're just going to put in a Tower Hobby servo. I've had this laying around for a while, so that's what's going to go in this thing. So I think I've got something here to note for you guys that are thinking about building this kit. This is something you're going to need to know. All right, so they want you to put the ESC underneath the chassis, the top plate, okay, the battery plate, or this top deck, okay? So ESC underneath, and then your receiver sits right here. All right, so on top of this receiver would go the polycarbonate driver figure, okay, sits on top of this. All right, so yeah, here's that polycarbonate driver figure, you put the helmet on, and then if you can see, it drops down and over that receiver. All right, so the issue that I had was, as you can see, the ESC is on top of this top plate, okay, along with the receiver I put right in here. Because of that fan unit, there's no room for it to fit right there, so I put the capacitors there. So yeah, so your ESC would be fitting in that slot. So this ESC, the way it's configured with that fan, can't fit. So here's what I'm going to do. All right, so this would fit in here like that in a perfect world. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this up because I really want the figure in here. I'm probably going to cut this. Let's see if you guys can see this. I'm going to cut this off in the back. Okay, and I might even have to go back here, but I'll still be able to get the helmet here, and I'm hoping that it'll fit. So I could still put it on with a clip here, and maybe what I'll do is I'll put some Velcro here and here. Sorry, bad videography skills today. So I'll do some Velcro here and here, and then you get the idea, right? And then Velcro on this, and we'll just see how it comes out. I'm not totally sure. All right, guys. So look, driver figure is in, and it worked out pretty well. I mean, he's up front a bit, but it's gonna be just fine. All right. So with all that being said, obviously I'm running brushless and LiPo power, so Ovonic battery in there, tight fit through the through the chassis. Deans soldered up to the ESC, and you know what? This is probably not my best wiring job, but again, because I had to move the ESC up, this is what I had to do, and it's gonna work, guys. It's gonna look good at the end of the day. All right, there's that mobster, Akimoto mobster, fits in perfectly. And there's that gear cover, guys. It's on, no problem. Just held on by a body press.